Claire had always been careful. She was the kind of woman who screenshot her rides, texted the driver's name to her sister, and sat behind the passenger seat so she could watch the driver's eye. In the rearview mirror, caution wasn't paranoia for Claire. It was habit. It had kept her safe for years in the city. But habits she would learn are only useful until the moment they aren't. It was a Thursday night in the late October. She had stayed late at the office, finishing that pitch deck that had eaten her entire week. And by the time she finally stepped out into the cold air, it was nearly midnight. The streets were quiet, not empty, just that particular late night stillness where the city feels like it's holding its breath. She opened the app and requested a ride. 2 minutes away, driver's name Daniel, black Honda Civic. She screenshot it out of habit and sent it to her sister without even thinking. Daniel pulled up right on time. Claire climbed in, checked the license plate out of habit. It matched and settled into the back seat. The car smelled faintly of pine air freshener. Music was playing low, something instrumental, almost too carefully chosen to be soothing. Good evening, Daniel said, glancing at her in the rear view mirror. Long day at office? Claire looked up, mildly surprised. She hadn't mentioned the office. Yeah, she said carefully, just a late one. Daniel nodded and pulled into traffic. She told herself it was an obvious guess. It was midnight on a weekday. She was wearing a blazer, carrying a laptop bag. Anyone could have said the same thing. She looked down at her phone. The route on the app looked normal. They were heading northeast, which was right. Her apartment was 20 minutes away. She relaxed slightly, scrolling through her emails, letting the hum of the city blur past the window. About 5 minutes in, Daniel spoke again without being prompted. How's the Henderson account going? Claire's blood went cold. She looked up slowly. In the mirror, Daniel's eye was on the road. His expression was perfectly calm. The same polite neutrality of 1,000 other drivers she'd ridden with. But he had just said the name of her largest client. A client whose name appeared nowhere public. A name she had never mentioned, not to anyone outside her office. Excuse me, she said, keeping her voice level. Daniel glanced at her in the mirror and smiled. Just making conversation, he said. You seem like a corporate type. She stared at him. Henderson, she said slowly. I never said anything about Henderson account. He shrugged easily. Didn't you? Sorry. Must have misheard. She looked back down at her phone and opened her text. Her sister had read the screenshot but hadn't replied yet. It was midnight. She was probably asleep. Claire typed quickly. Something feels off. Call me. She watched the little delivered notification appear and felt slightly steadier. The route on the app still looked right. They were almost to her street now. She told her she had imagined it, or he had genuinely misspoken, or there was some coincidence. She wasn't seeing clearly because she was exhausted and it was midnight, and her brain was running on 3 hours of sleep and cold coffee. Then Daniel turned left. Her apartment was right. She sat up straighter. Hey, she said. You missed the turn. Shortcut, Daniel said pleasantly. Get you there faster. She looked at the app. The blue line was recalculating, curving away from her neighborhood, stretching toward an industrial stretch of road she didn't recognize. Her heart rate climbed. I would rather you take the regular route, she said firmly. Daniel didn't respond. The car kept moving. The music, she noticed, had stopped at some point without her realizing. She opened the app and hit the emergency button, sharing her location. Then she looked up and met Daniel's eyes in the mirror. He was watching her, not the road, her. His expressions had changed. The polite neutrality was gone, replaced by something unreadable and patient, like a man who had all the time in the world. I know where you live, Claire, he said quietly. I know about the Henderson account. I know about your sister. I have been watching for a while. The car slowed to a stop at a red light. Claire didn't wait. She grabbed her bag, threw open the door, and ran. She didn't look back, didn't stop until she was inside a lit convenience store 2 blocks away. Her hands shaking so hard, She could barely hold her phone. The police came within minutes. They found the car parked 2 streets over. Empty, engine still running. Daniel was identified. The account he had registered the rideshare with belonged to a man who had been reported missing 6 weeks earlier. Claire deleted the app that night and never used a rideshare service again. But the worst part, the part she still can't explain, the part that keeps her awake on the quiet nights, is that when the police reviewed the app records, the ride had been cancelled at the moment she requested it. According to the system, no driver named Daniel had ever accepted her trip. According to the app, she had never gotten into the car at all. If you liked this story, click the like button, do subscribe. Thank you.